Hi, welcome to DEPENDAsplaining, the podcast. I'm Jen.
I'm Veronica. This is the one and only podcast that you should be listening to.
Yeah.
Nobody else.
Only one you need in your life.
Why would you need anything else? Even if you're not a Dependa, why would you want to listen to anything else? So we have a special episode.
Speaking of special guests.
Special and significant others, we have a single man in the house.
Woo woo!
Yeah. So we took our friend Logan. He works with my husband. And he's here today, and we're going to interview him because he's single, and he is going to give us an inside look to the single mind. Pre-Dependa.
Oh, pre-Dependa.
Pre-Dependa.
Mm-hmm.
We just want to know some of his thoughts on possibly getting married soon, because I know that's what he has planned. Hopefully in the near future. We'll see. Want to say hi, Logan?
Yeah, hello. I don't know about all that.
Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
So go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us where you're from, how old you are, what's your blood type.
What's your sign?
Yeah.
What do you like long walks? Long walks on the beach?
What's your rising moon? All that.
Well, I don't know about the rising moon, but
we'll look into it.
Yeah, my name's Logan. I'm originally from Green Bay, Wisconsin. So
oh no!
Far from home.
I'm sorry. Your Packers, gross.
Yeah, the Packers didn't do so well.
Go Bears.
It's okay. It's okay.
They're not going to the Super Bowl, Jen.
The Bears.
You know who's going to the Super Bowl? Fucking San Francisco.
Mm.
Hey!
Okay. And the Chiefs.
Whatever. San Francisco all the way. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
But yeah, so I'm from Green Bay, Wisconsin. I've been in the Air Force for about 5.5 years now. So I've been traveling around loads the last 5 years. And yeah, now I'm here. It's been really good so far. I'm actually about to leave, so...
I know, that's so unfortunate. I mean, obviously all tours come to an end, but it's sad to see somebody go all the time. And you are single.
Yeah.
Do you have a significant other currently?
Not right now.
No one in the running?
No.
No?
No.
Miranda's like, okay,
I enjoy my time on my own.
Let me see who I can find for you. Just kidding.
Let me just look up my single friends on Facebook. I don't think I have any single friends.
Oh, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know if I do either.
Okay. So, you're currently single, as you've stated. How was your dating life prior to joining the military?
Prior to joining. I mean, I guess my style hasn't really changed a whole lot throughout my life. I've usually had longer term relationships, so normally over a year, around a year or more. So I don't really do a lot of social, casual, short time dating.
Okay.
Unless,
no wham bam, thank you, man.
It depends on the situation, I suppose, But it comes and goes, yeah. Especially because I have to move all the time, so it's like, hey, I have 2 months until I move across the country, across the world, so we can just have a good time and go on dates, enjoy each other, and then that's about it.
Sure.
And I leave.
Yeah, it's a lot to invest.
Are you not into long distance relationships, or have you done those? Have you had one before?
Yeah, I have. Actually, I'm not sure if it's still a fact, but I used to be in a long-term relationship longer than I've been in a relationship face-to-face.
Oh.
That used to be my running, basically. But since then, I think I've had more FaceTime with people in relationships.
Right.
Even if it's just a few months at a time.
Okay.
But yeah, the long distance I'm not super interested in just because it's kind of crashed and burned a few different times. So it's a lot of heartache. And, there's some great people out there. So it's not that, it's not that I didn't want to keep it, going, keep working it out. But when there's that much distance and there's really no end goal there, it's hard to see that.
Sure.
Hard to see the end. So.
Have you had a relationship since you've joined, whether they've been active duty or not, like a civilian?
Yeah, I haven't really dated a whole lot of military members, but dated civilians, and I've had some good relationships there too. I had a high school sweetheart that I had at my first base for a while. And that didn't work out because I was going to be moving to South Korea.
Okay.
So then Korea had a girlfriend for actually a while, a year and a half or so. And then I actually moved here and we were still dating. But from my previous experiences, I was like, this is going to be tough. This is going to be really difficult. Right. So, and then that ended up ending. And I've just been single, kind of not really anything serious since then. So.
Who ended the relationship?
Pretty much me. Yeah. Just because, well, she was Korean as well. So like, it was hard to communicate anyways in some situations. You want to have a good in-depth life with somebody else and connection. And especially when you're not face to face, that's a lot harder to do. And doing it at a distance, things like that. So.
Was there a language barrier then?
Yeah, there was a language barrier as well. So.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, either way, I don't really think of it like that because, I mean, I think you can make anything work if you really try at it. And it was just a matter of, I'm in a new place and it's nothing against you personally. It's just the situation doesn't really dictate. I'm kind of more like in my head about everything. So very seldom do I really follow my heart.
Do you think that is an issue for you, that you're in your head so much, or like kind of looking ahead, be like, well, it's going to be long distance. It's probably not going to work out. Might as well end it now.
Yeah, in some ways that has come up. I've learned to not really overcomplicate it, so I've learned to kind of just let it flow the way it does. And, overall it still usually doesn't work out. So maybe that's just me, but, there's a lot of people in that situation where it's like, you seem like a really good person. I would love to date you longer, but like, it doesn't make sense for me to get invested in somebody when I only have a few months or so in that area.
Right.
Unfortunately.
So I want to talk about myself now. Kyle and I dated for like 10 months, long distance. I think we dated long distance than when we worked together. So it was really hard, but we stuck to it. And we were lucky enough to be able to be in the same state again after that long period of time. And then we got married. And here we are! So, I mean, I guess it's just your outlook on the relationship and seeing if you really do see yourself with that person. But it doesn't sound like you've encountered that yet.
Yeah, maybe that's what it takes too. Like since I've had longer term relationships, I haven't dated that many people. And so maybe one of these days it'll just work out and I'll be like, I don't want, like nothing's going to stop this.
You'll get that. It'll be like a feeling. You just be like, I don't want it to end.
Right.
We'll try whatever we can.
Yeah. In the past, it's kind of been like, yeah, this is unfortunate, but like, I don't think I've had the feeling of like, I just really don't want this to happen. It's always been like, well, I don't know what the future holds, so I'll just look to that instead of just holding on to this, being somewhere else.
Okay. Do you think you would prefer dating someone that is active duty, or would you rather have somebody from the civilian world?
I mean,
like, do you see benefits to dating somebody that's also in the military? Yeah.
Of course, there's benefits to both. Honestly,
Mill to mill pay.
Well, the money. I mean, there's no joke there. The money is probably better, to be honest.
It is way better.
Yeah, but at the same time, like my sanity, like that comes at a cost too. Like, part of me wouldn't want my wife to know everything about the military, and you could have a different connection there because I can spend time explaining to them and showing them, and they're going through a new experience at the time too. So instead of just already knowing, I feel like that would cut off a lot of our life.
Okay.
If we both came from the military.
But you would also have that common ground as far as like explaining something, be like, well, I was at whatever facility, and I don't know, like Kyle throws a bunch of acronyms at me all the time. I don't know what they mean. And I just kind of nod and be like, I'm with you. I'm right there with you. I understand. So it's like you would have that in common and you'd be able to communicate in that sense. But I could see where you probably would want to come home and not have to share those frustrations, or maybe they already know those frustrations, and maybe it's something that you just don't want to have to share.
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the biggest benefits that I could see for mill to mill, just on, if I could be picky choosy and have things, maybe the way I wanted, like I could see a good thing, because I would love my future wife to have like a career of her own. Sure. Where, obviously they're making good money and, we're happy and they have their own goals and things like that. So, I mean, as long as she would be happy doing what she's doing and,
right.
and have those goals, aspirations.
Yeah.
I wouldn't, or kids. I mean, it's all good. It's all good, honestly, with me. So I think that's what I'm taking this time for, is just deciding what I'm looking for. And then if something comes along and it's great, then I'm okay.
Do you want to have kids?
So, I do, yeah.
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 Kids are horrible. Tell them, Jen.
Not yet.
Don't do it.
So I never say, I can't wait to have kids, because I can and will wait for
Good for you.
So
you keep it up. Good job.
They're a joy. And then they come home. And
there's something.
And they show you they can now flip people off. Be like, you're 7. Mm-hmm. Where did you learn this? A friend showed it to me from YouTube. It's like, I'm going to cut off that finger.
You don't need that finger anymore.
Yeah.
All it is bad.
Yes.
I'm not sure if I'd be very good at disciplining, because I would just be like, I would just think it's hilarious.
I mean, it is.
Rambunctious kids running around. And
yeah. Sometimes they say really stupid shit. I don't know if you heard my son. We went to a going away breakfast for Jack, one of the other fire guys. And it was during Christmas time. And my son was like singing, "Merry Christmas, everyone." And he was saying, "Merry Christmas, shitter's full." It's like, how can I even be mad at that?
It's hard to be mad at when you do stuff like that. You're so proud because you're like, wow, my kid did that. And then it's also like, ooh, my kid did that. But
it was my fault.
My kid, that's pretty awesome.
It was my fault. I had a sign over the toilet that said that.
Hey,
and so he was singing. Fine. He was in there one time singing as he's peeing. And I was like, did you just hear your son? I was like, I can't be mad at that. I'm kind of proud because you read that. Yeah. Anyways, sorry.
Children, they're a joy.
We digress.
Yeah.
I'll wait a little while.
No, good for you. Good for you. I have always said, it's good to get to know your partner while you're dating, because then when you marry them, it's a whole different situation and you get to know them in a whole different light. Mm-hmm. And then you throw kids in there and then you get to see them in a whole different light, even crazier.
You don't want to, your wife will want to murder you all the time because you get to sleep and she doesn't, because the child wants her all the time.
Yes. And
it sucks.
Yes. They don't help. Yeah, so anyways.
You aren't helping your cause all that much.
I know.
I know.
I'm not.
You should have kids, but here's all the bad things.
You should have kids.
There are good things.
Yeah.
I know there's great things.
There are. There really are.
Yeah.
It's just funnier to do the bad stuff.
Yeah. So I got to see Kyle in a different light, because I was like, okay, you're the love of my life. Like, we're life partners, and then we become parents, and I see him in a different way. Like, he's a wonderful father, and you like fall in love with them in a different way. Mm-hmm. You do hate him in the process.
Yeah.
It's like, why am I having to do this on my own most of the time?
Yeah.
But there's really positive things to it, and you're raising 2 kids to be however you want to be, and that's really
terrifying.
It's terrifying.
It's a lot of responsibility. Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
It's like my kids. Who knows how they're going to grow up? I'm just going to try my best.
I mean, you've seen
all you can do.
My kids. I take them to the fire station all the time, and my daughter is a fucking loose cannon. And then my son's a little bit more calmer, but he's still really funny. Anyways, where were we? Jen.
So, back to you, Logan. Speaking of like getting married, thinking of the future, are you at all worried being in the military and getting married and stuff about that type of relationship? Because you will have to go through long distance. You'll be married, but it will be a long distance if you are deployed or on long TDYs and stuff. Are you at all? Does that kind of stuff make you nervous too?
No, not really. I think once the relationship is set and if marriage comes about, things like that. That'll be just a new challenge. Like you said, there's always new challenges. You're always learning more about that person. So I think right now, the biggest thing is being somewhere long enough and finding the right person that I can actually connect with for the right amount of time to know if that's something that I'm interested in, what I want at the time. So yeah, that's kind of just my problem. Just because I've been pretty much every year for the last 5.5, 6 years, I've been moving like every year. So a year or, and that's thinking I'm going to meet somebody on the first day I get to the base, and then I'm going to have the whole year to get to know them. Like that just doesn't happen. That's not natural normally. So
you don't need that much time though.
No, I'm not against it either, but I definitely know from previous relationships that have lasted longer than a year, there's some time that's needed, and people will change and your comfort levels will change over a year or two. So it would just make me more comfortable, I guess, to be just solid in my feelings.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah.
What are you looking for? Like what are your expectations for your wife while you're still in the military? Because obviously, you're going to continue to do what you're doing. And let's say you marry a civilian that has no affiliation with the military. Like, what do you expect her to understand? Do you want her... I know you said, like, you wished for them to have a career or, like, barefoot and pregnant in the kitchen sort of thing. Like, what are your expectations?
It's hard to have expectations. It kind of is. They would just have to be really patient because, I mean, obviously I'm imperfect. Everybody's imperfect. And with firefighting,
I'm perfect.
Totally.
With firefighting, that's a difficult job, and there's a lot of challenges there. And then moving around all the time, and just immigration processes and moving and just new cities and new places. That I know you've both been through all of that. I mean, it's not an easy task. So
no,
it's really like I have to get to the point where I won't feel bad, and I have to find the right person where I wouldn't feel bad being like, hey, why don't you just come with me and live a life with me? Because that's really what it is. You're not really living your own life right now.
Right.
In some ways, like your life is nearly dictated just because of the Air Force and
Pretty
what
much.
it needs. And you just have to figure it out on the fly. So like I would have to meet somebody that would be okay with that, or that's already living that life in the military.
That can understand it much better, right?
So that's a benefit of the mil-to-mil, but I mean, I don't...
It's not needed necessarily.
Expectations, those are just so hard to just say, I want this, I want this, I want this. When things change,
Things do change, yeah. It's true.
But it's a lot to ask.
Yeah, you can't expect somebody just to... You can't have expectations on somebody, and because expectations will let you down, as Lindsay always says.
Well, and the only reason I'm asking that is because you see a lot of couples, like your friends that are married, and for example, I know you and I talked about this months ago about how basically what he said is he doesn't want to turn into Kyle. Because Kyle, is so dedicated to his work, right? And it's, he's away a lot. I'm okay with it. Like, I totally understand him. And him and I talk about this all the time. It's like, if you're doing something for your career, if you're doing something to help out another airman, and you're volunteering, whatever it is, if you're engaged in something that has to do with the military, I'm totally okay with it if it's taking you away from us. It's when you're home and you're not engaging with your family because you're so distracted by whatever's happening at work. It's like, I need you home, right? Yeah. So we've talked about this, and obviously you're going to have to encounter that, especially the higher in rank you get. This is what I've seen with my husband, and we've discussed this, and be like, when you're at the dinner table, like, you shouldn't be answering messages. Like, just, this is our time right now. Fucking listen to me when I'm talking to you. Stop ignoring me.
Yeah, that's so hard. I see people who are high ranking who've been in longer. There's a level of dedication that I'm not there yet. Like I couldn't be yet, but it will come. It'll have to come to have a career. So I understand that's part of it, so I'm going to I'll have to find somebody who's independent, who can be on their own, who can take care of things, and unfortunately just expect that they're going to have to do things on their own without my help sometimes.
Right.
That's a hard thing to ask of somebody.
It is a hard thing to ask, and it's a hard thing to do as the dependa. Mm-hmm. And like I asked, I was like, if you've seen like couples from where you work, like that come in, you'd be like, I don't want that. I don't want that relationship that they have, or I want this relationship. And are Kyle and I an example? I'm just kidding. I think
you'll have a good relationship, overall from what I've seen, and you come into work a lot, so that's cool too. Like, there doesn't have to be the on and off duty. Like, the fire station should be a family environment, in my opinion. So, it's just, the hard thing is like having that off time and not being totally work focused all the time, because that's really what a lot of men want, and people in the military want. They're servants, that they want to help, they want to put all their time and energy into it. Yep. And nothing's going to change that, unfortunately. Like, whatever you say, Veronica, is not going to change the way that he is, because that's the way he is. Yeah. And that's the way I feel like I am too, in some ways.
Yeah. And that's good that you're so tied into work and you're dedicated, and, you're trying to improve your work ethic, as well as like whoever is under you, right? Whoever's working under you, do that, improve their work ethic as well. You're dedicated so much, and you do lose time at home because you're so concentrated in that. So it's always finding a good balance between those things.
Balance is the key word.
Balance. That's what
Seriously.
We do. Balance.
We balance everything.
We're like seals at SeaWorld, balancing shit on our noses all the time.
Yeah.
It's exciting though.
Yeah.
Are you ever like worried at all, like that when you do get married, you'll feel bad having to be gone, or your shifts are like you'll have to be, working a lot, and you're only home for a couple of days and then you're gone again and back? Do you think you'll feel bad in the beginning with that?
Yeah, I think so. It'll be a transition, and that's why, for me, I think having somebody that I can share some time with before going to the next step, that's important, because they can understand my schedule, they can understand how dedicated I have to be for the career, and just how they're going to handle the situation. Maybe it's okay for the first little while, but then what's going to happen 6 months, a year later, where they're like, well, this was really special to me. I wanted you to be there and you couldn't. And what am I supposed to say?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You have to work.
I have to work, So, and there's really no way around that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've had that happen with Kyle. They'll be like, I needed you this day and you weren't here for me. And then I cry. And then that makes him feel really bad.
All we can do is feel bad. I mean, there's no way around it.
Because I don't cry pretty often. And so every time I cry, he's like, oh, shit.
Like, I really fucked up this time.
Yeah. Look at that.
That would be hard.
Yeah.
It's so hard.
That's awesome.
It's okay.
It's okay. Yeah, that's what you need to do, is you just need to find that one person that will, we're never always okay with it. You guys having to leave or work a lot and everything, it sucks. But knowing to find that person that is okay and understanding, at least, that's the biggest thing. Like, all yous out there that are not dependents yet, listen up.
Listen up.
You have to be understanding. That's the biggest thing. Like, you guys don't have a choice. This is your job. This is your career. And we are lucky enough that maybe we have a career, but we can't take it with us. We get to move around, and it's fine. We kind of just have to adapt. You have to find someone who can adapt to wherever she or he is.
Yeah. There's just so many changes that you have to go through, and it's insane. Just all the adaptation, like moving and saying goodbye on deployments or TDYs, or just the schedule, like if you have a day schedule or a night schedule, or you're gone for 24 hours a day, and all of that. And then you have to understand that they probably want alone time too. The active duty member probably wants some alone time, be like, go out with their friends and find something that's like, well, shit, I had something planned with my spouse and now I can't do that. And now you're juggling all these things, right? I'm constantly pushing Kyle to go do stuff. I'm like, go out with your friends. Do you have any friends, first of all?
Where are all your friends, Kyle?
Yeah. I used to joke with him, I'd be like, Kyle would pick up a rock and find a friend underneath it. But now it's like, nobody wants to be a friend. I'm your friend. Like, go out and, to the bar, go have a few drinks. I'm like, go flirt with somebody. Like, boost up your ego a little, right? Just don't give them your phone number because then they'll contact you on WhatsApp. Right?
Yeah. Do not put your phone number on the check-in for your hotel in a creepy, weird, sketchy place because they will find you.
Do you want to tell us about that? It's a fun story.
Yeah, fun story. My husband just came back from a place. He was only there for a few days, and it's sketchy out there. And so when you check into this hotel, they had to take his passport and make a copy of it, and he had to put his email and phone number on there. Well, then he got home yesterday, and he gets a WhatsApp notification from the receptionist of that hotel, not asking how his stay was, asking, oh, hey, I couldn't find you on IG, which my husband, bless him, didn't even know what that meant. It's fine. He doesn't do that. He isn't social, so. But then she was basically just said, like, oh, keep in touch, and, just in case I ever make it to the U.S. or you come back here. And it was like, really?
Jen, this woman wanted to swoop in on your blue-eyed man and be like, give me some of that tea.
And give me a visa,
plus
please.
Your visa.
I know. He told me this, and I was like, does this woman know that you have a crazy wife that will murk a lady?
Yeah.
I will put you in the ground.
And Veronica will help you hide the body.
Yeah.
I mean,
true crime.
You didn't hear any of that.
No.
It happened to a friend.
So this is a friend of mine that this happened to. Her husband's also name is David. Weird. Such a weird coincidence. But yeah.
David.
Good times.
David ruined my day.
Thanks, David. Ew, David.
Oh, no.
Oh, okay, yeah. Anyway, sidebar. Good times.
Have you encountered that, like, on a deployment? Be like, hey, I just want your American citizenship.
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah?
Really?
No, crazy stories, honestly. But, yeah, it's like, why are you so interested in me?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They want you to take them back.
Putting things together now a little bit. But...
You
take
look
me to the
like
US.
You make good baby.
I'd make you babies.
Strong genes.
$5, put it in me.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I'd make you baby, I give you cigarette, you good.
You're good. Yes?
Give me visa.
Yeah, I work. I do the sex work. I don't know. I'm horrible with accents.
I don't even know what accent I was doing, but just, it's okay. That's what we're here for.
Logan, look what you did. Logan. Did they call you Wolverine by any chance?
Been called that. Been called that once or twice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have a nickname? Did they call you anything at the fire station?
No.
Just by your name.
Yeah.
That's it. Okay. Kyle was called Little Smokey for the longest time. You should ask him about that story.
Little Smokey?
Mm-hmm. Something about a stripper. I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah. You should ask him that story. Good times.
Nicknames are funny. Dave used to be called Baby Dave.
Baby Dave?
Baby Dave. And then also Super Dave was his alter ego when he got really shit-faced.
Oh.
We don't like Super Dave.
Oh, no.
Mm-mm.
Super Dave sounds dangerous.
Yeah, thank you. Everybody just wants to see Super Dave, and I tell everyone, we don't want to see Super Dave.
Dangerous in a fun way.
Dave likes to scale brick walls and climb on top of...
Oh, shit.
Yeah, he does. He's not good.
Does he have, like, levels? So, Kyle has levels of drunkenness where he's really enjoyable, and then I'm like, I have to cut you off.
Yeah.
Because he gets, like, you've seen him.
Yeah.
He gets super witty, really funny, and then he gets even funnier, and then he gets a little bit more daring with his words, and then it's like, can start slowing you down. And then he gets to, like, goodbye, Kyle.
Yeah.
And his eyes go one way like a chameleon. One face is up and the other face is down. And he gets like He doesn't know what's happening.
No.
Yeah. But so I enjoy him after like 4 drinks. I'm like, hey, you're really funny. You're being funny. Like, I enjoy this. Do you have levels of drunkenness? Do you drink?
Of course. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I drink. Actually, I stopped drinking for like half of January, and then
Good for
I
you.
kicked it back on.
Oh, good for you.
But yeah,
You know what?
It wasn't worth it.
Yeah.
No.
You know what? You try, and it's like, you know
Wasn't
what?
worth
This
it.
is stupid.
Yeah.
It felt great during the time, but then
Yeah.
but then I was like, you know,
This
my
is
friends
not
are
as
leaving,
fun.
and I just want to like have a good time.
Celebrate,
with them.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I did.
It's more fun that way to drink.
It's important.
It is.
Yeah. I tried.
It's the bonding.
And then, like I said, it went to Brewdog. I was like, well, I can't have a burger without beer. So.
Near
Sorry.
beers.
Oh.
Near beers.
No,
You know,
thank you.
dry January is just stupid.
Just stupid. Whoever thought of it, burn in hell.
Sober
tried.
October? No, I just no.
Sober October?
Yeah,
But it
go sober for October.
Oh.
No, why?
Just like with the whole Movember with the mustache or mustache March.
Mm-hmm.
No.
No shave November. I'm down for that though.
Yeah.
For myself.
Yeah. It's cold.
Yeah,
It keeps my socks up.
should be open to everybody. Yeah.
I think so. Yeah. it
Yeah,
should be
except
open.
for not for Dave for his mustache. He needs to shave that.
I don't like facial hair either.
Mm-mm.
I think, like, I can appreciate the rugged look. I can appreciate it just to look at it, but it's not my thing.
On
Like,
somebody else, yeah.
on my husband, be like, that shit chafes my face when you kiss me.
It
I don't enjoy
hurts.
that. I don't
It
enjoy
hurts.
that.
It's not nice.
Plus, it doesn't grow in fully.
no,
on your
it's like
face.
patches everywhere, and you're like, are you even a real man?
Yeah, it's flesh colored. Logan, look what you did.
I suffer from that too, unfortunately. The
Do
patchy,
you? The patchy
look.
beard?
But yeah, so maybe one day. I have hope.
Maybe one day you can try it out.
I have hope for facial hair.
A full beard. Do you want a full beard when you're out of the military?
I think the only thing I would change when I'm out of the military is I'll probably grow my hair out a little bit longer.
Yeah.
You know, I hate getting haircuts all the time.
That's the biggest thing. My husband said the same thing.
Yeah.
He can't wait.
Until it annoys me, and then one day I'm like, I guess I'll get a haircut.
Yeah.
You know, I would love to have that option.
Right.
Now I
You're
just
like, I'm not dictated.
don't.
No one has to tell me
Yeah.
that I need a
Yeah.
haircut. I can just do it because I want one.
Do you think you're going to be in for life until you're done? Like, with the military? Like,
Forever. You're going to dedicate your whole entire life until you're 82 years old, and then you'll die
and then you die.
in the military.
Definitely not. Definitely not that far, but well, I don't know. I could see doing 20 years plus.
Mm-hmm.
How many years do you have in right now?
5.5.
You said that at the beginning
Sorry.
of the episode,
Also,
Jen.
I'm just letting everyone else know that
Yeah.
might have forgot now.
I'm 23, so I'm still young.
Oh.
You're such a baby.
I am, yeah. But now-
Congratulations.
Now it's strange because I feel older compared to my colleagues. So
Oh my god, I
Yeah.
know.
You feel you present yourself very maturely too.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like you have a wise soul.
Yeah. He's judging us right now, by the way. He's
I
like,
know.
these crazy bitches.
Yeah, he's like, shit, what did I sign
Yeah.
up for?
Why did I agree to do
This
this?
is
of course
not
not.
I saw those eyes.
He rolled his eyes at us.
Mhm,
But they can't see that.
We just described it. He rolled
Everyone
his
knows.
eyes up into his brain, so far up there.
Yeah.
We saw the whites of his eyes.
It's fine. We're used to being judged. We're on a podcast. People judge us all the time.
Yeah.
Thank you, 1-star review.
Someone gave us a
Really?
1-star. They didn't leave a comment. They just gave us a 1-star. We're like, well, at least you heard us.
You
Isn't that
listened.
illegal? I
Huh?
thought that was illegal.
To give us a 1-star?
Yeah, just
It-
1 star, no comment. Like that's just
It
wrong.
is illegal.
It's wrong.
It is.
Show your face.
Even if it's not illegal, it's just wrong. in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah. Be like, tell us
It's
what
okay
we're
if you
doing
don't
wrong.
like it, but
Yeah.
Tell us why.
yeah.
Tell us what we're doing wrong, why you don't like it. Maybe we can change it. Maybe you can just stop listening. You didn't have to give us a 1-star.
I know.
Yeah.
If you just didn't like it, just move along. They should literally just only have 5 stars.
Oh my god.
So if you want to leave a comment, you obviously like
5
it.
stars.
5-star, leave a comment. Good. If you don't like it, move on with
Move
your day.
along with your life.
But how would you feel if you were shopping on Amazon and that was the
Amazon's
That was the
different.
policy.
Amazon's totally different.
Well, I need to know the product.
We're different.
yes.
see?
I need to know why. If you're leaving a 1-star, I need to know why. So go ahead, leave us a comment. But leave us 5 stars.
Yeah. Is there any other hobbies? Is there hobbies that you do like?
whittling wood on your board?
I have whittled wood before. I grew up in the woods, okay?
You heard it, ladies. He can whittle you anything. No,
That was so perfect. Thank you, Logan. What'd you make? Do you remember?
Just like random stuff. Like I used to grow up like building stuff and woodworking and
whittling the wood.
Sometimes whittling. If I needed to.
Sorry.
I had like a little man cave at my sister's house.
Oh, really?
So like I used to build stuff for that mainly.
Oh, cool. So you can
fixed it all up. And,
can you make furniture then?
Yeah. Yeah, kind of.
Like some pieces, maybe like smaller pieces and stuff?
Yeah. Yeah, like I like cooking, things like that. So, and my rule with cooking is like I don't even know how to make a lot of things. I just like
throw shit together.
Just try, and I don't have a recipe, so I just it's my creative outlet. So
you will make a woman very happy.
Yes. Yeah.
If you will cook, even just once a week.
Oh my gosh, yes. You watch how fast those panties dry. This is what I tell Kyle all the time. I'm like, you cook for me and watch the magic happen.
Good things happen.
Good things happen to those who cook for their spouse.
Yeah. What are you talking about? I cook for my spouse every single night.
They expect it, though. I told you, how do they eat that food so confidently that
I don't think I would. Them? Well, I can't really say what I will do in the future, but I don't think I would expect that. You know, like I think my wife would end up cooking and cooking and cooking, and she's like, you know what? I really don't like cooking all the time, and I'm like, you didn't really have to, like, you just keep doing it. Like, if you don't want to, I'll figure it out.
You were enjoying.
So I appreciate it, but like...
That's the secret? Yeah. That's what I need to start saying? Like, well, I don't really want to do this anymore. Can you do it?
It's kind of like that scene in Forrest Gump where he's like, I just got tired of running.
I just got tired of
cooking, so... Figure it out, motherfucker.
And maybe that's what these years are really helping me for, is like I have to fend for myself for everything. It's like every things like that. I don't have a support system really.
And then your wife will cook for you, and then you'll never go back again because you're like, shit, I had to cook for myself for so long. This is David, by the way. Yeah. David does this. He used to cook himself just plain pieces of chicken and eat a lot of peanut butter and jelly.
Oh.
And then I started cooking. And nothing's changed since then.
Kyle didn't have that because we both went from living with our parents to getting married to just, cook. I didn't know how to cook when we first got married. We were eating fucking corn dogs and like processed food. Mm-hmm. That's all we were eating out. And so slowly by slowly, I started learning how to cook better. And then he's like, oh, okay, you got this. You're on your own, Veronica.
When did the cookie recipe come about?
Oh, my chocolate chip cookie? That's not my recipe.
I don't care.
Doesn't matter. You're still making them.
It's our friend Kitty's recipe. So she's like, use this and this. And I was like, okay, that is such a good recipe, right? Yeah, you guys love that. So I've made that. I've made that at the fire. Yeah, I've made that at the fire station, or like I've made them here and taken them there. And the guys love those cookies. They're so good.
They're gone within like 5 minutes. On the table.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, that happens a lot. One time I made guacamole here at the house for tacos, right? Mm-hmm. And I was so busy in the kitchen cooking for everybody. Mm-hmm. Our lovely friend Melissa, who has been on the podcast, for her husband, Brian, ate the whole thing. Just kidding. He didn't eat the whole thing. Everybody else ate it. I didn't get any. And he was like scraping the bowl for me. He's like, there's some in here. I was like, there's none in there. I was like, they all ate it. I was like, wait, I didn't get any.
Whose fault is it, though? I mean... He ate all of your really great guacamole.
It just shows how good it was.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you.
Yeah. Because it was amazing.
Yeah, so I had to eat the kids' leftovers. I had like old chips in them and shit.
It's unfortunate. That's how we judge like shift dinners at work too. Like if everybody's silent while they're eating, it's like, yeah, we did a good job. It's like, they're all just stuffing their faces.
Yeah. So every time I go for like a shift dinner or just to have dinner, and I like bring something, they never sit with us. So it's like
you got a full table. You got the two kids.
No, they're still like everybody. I was laughing at.
They're too nervous to sit with you.
Maybe, and it was like because there's 4 of us at the table, and if it's like at least 6 people, right? The round tables.
mean, there's like 6 other tables there too. We don't want
Right.
to crowd either.
They're like,
no, well, what I'm saying is because...
they want to have a nice family dinner together at the fire station. That's why.
No, but what I'm saying is the other day, everyone was eating and all the tables were full and we only had 4. And one of the guys came and sat with us and somebody from the other table that was at capacity, she's like, sorry, I'm calling out the one female at the fire station. She was like, do you want to sit over here? And I was like, what's wrong with him sitting with us? I'm like, we're not going to bite. Like, it's okay.
Come sit with us.
Yeah.
Please.
You can sit with me.
We're cool. We're hip. And I just think it has to do with Kyle and his stupid face.
You can think what you want to think.
Everything, it's always about Kyle.
Anyways. So, ladies, you heard that. Logan cooks. He will cook for you.
He knows how to whittle wood, so he can make you furniture.
I can't count that as a hobby anymore, but yeah.
It is a hobby. I mean, it's something you do to relax you, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I'd probably cut off my finger. I'd whittle my finger without even knowing.
Yeah, I used to be big into like camping. I lived in Wisconsin, so a lot of outdoors type stuff. So yeah.
You said you played hockey? Did you play hockey?
I didn't play hockey like on a team. We would just like go out back and like find a frozen pond and play hockey on there.
Isn't that the coolest childhood? Like,
yeah.
It was really cool.
It's the
Yeah,
best.
we were outside a lot, so
That's
and then
perfect.
Go play in the woods or go do whatever. Like we would go camping, even if it was like in the backyard. We had like woods at my grandparents' house, so like we could just go camping.
That's so
and
cool.
it was like real camping.
Yeah.
So it was
Veronica's
nice.
just wishing she could live your childhood camping all the time.
Fucking hate camping. I don't understand you white people sleeping on the ground outside.
I don't sleep on the ground.
Where do you sleep?
I usually bring like an air mattress.
Then
I don't want to
what's
be.
the
I don't want to be
point?
uncomfortable.
I mean, neither.
Yeah.
Why would you sleep outside?
I just want to sit out by a fire and
Yeah.
you know,
Have a
just
little campfire.
enjoy the outdoors. You know, I
Yeah.
guess you can do that without camping, but
Yes, exactly.
you
And then
can't
go
have
back
the same
home.
scenery.
Yeah.
It's not the same feel.
I used to sleep
go
on
walk in
my
the woods for a while. It's
I
like-
used to sleep on my trampoline
Kyle
outside.
did that too. He was like, why? I don't
So you could be
get it.
outside under the
Yeah.
stars.
I'm
We
out.
were like in the
Mm.
desert too. Like our house was like more into the desert, so we weren't allowed. It wasn't in like the city part, so we got to see more of the stars.
Kyle used to play softball a lot. And so he would go on tournaments. So when we were stationed in Belgium, he had a tournament in Germany. And I went and I met him out there. And he's like, we're camping out on the field. And I was like, great. Good
I don't know
times.
about that.
So we camped out on the field. And it rained the first night. Like pouring rain. And our tent leaked onto my face. Right on my pillow. Right on my pillow. And so like every time I flipped over, I could feel it like that squashing sound on my I was like, I'm miserable. Like look how much I love you right now that I'm sleeping on the ground on this wet pillow.
You have to know, like, if you're going camping with other people, you have to know how willing they are to like actually camp.
I'm not
You know,
willing
it's like,
at all.
do I need to bring all these like creature comforts with us,
Yeah.
or can we
Yes.
just like make it work with whatever we have?
Yeah.
No.
Their experience level
I
and
did
tolerance level.
I did that a few times, like camped out for his softball games. The last time I did it, I was pregnant with my son.
Oh no.
So I was like flipping over on that air mattress. Not enjoyable.
Not a good time for that.
No.
Yeah, but I miss that stuff. Like, I would like to be stationed somewhere close to the woods.
Yeah?
I think. Yeah.
You can go camping here. Like, they have sites where you can go, like, caravanning and stuff, and people do that.
I just don't have all the equipment anymore. It's all with my family, so. But, yeah, maybe I'll get back into it eventually. And then, growing up, rode, like, motocross, dirt bikes, things like that.
Oh, okay.
So, did a lot of that, outdoors sort of motorsports,
Okay.
stuff like that. But nowadays, not so much.
No.
Not so much, yeah. So,
Like, take us through your day when you get home from work. Like, what do you do?
Okay.
You told us right now you just finished running your errands, so...
Yeah, so I just, between the bases, whatever I had to do, and go on doing stuff. And then usually get home, make some coffee. I've actually, one of my recent hobbies that I've been doing is learning Korean, because I'll be going back there.
Okay.
So,
Gotcha.
yes, I've been learning some Korean. I'm still a beginner, but yeah, so I've been doing that. So I'll usually study for a couple hours on my off days.
Yeah.
And then just kind of casually watch a lot of YouTube. And then I usually meet up with friends. So that's kind of my like afternoon, evening is just hanging out with people, going to Cambridge. A lot of times I'll take solo trips to Cambridge or London or whatever.
Sure.
Not super busy on my off days, to be honest.
No.
And then I talk to like the people who are married, and I'm like, "What are you up to today?" And he's like, "Oh, I don't know. My wife probably has this and this and this. I got the kids. I gotta do this for them. And blah blah blah." I'm like, "Wow, I'm gonna go home and watch YouTube for a couple hours, and I don't know, just maybe cook dinner." Like, that's the extent of my day. But
that's probably Kyle. He'd be like, "I probably have to go home and listen to my wife talk." Complain about something and then deal with the children.
It makes it difficult sometimes for me though, because like I used to do this. I had to set some boundaries because I used to be like, well, I'm not really doing anything at home anyways, so I could just like stay and get some work done, do some other things. But like I had to stop myself. I'm like, I can't be doing this. And I see people doing that now, and I'm like, go home. Seriously, it's not just because I don't want to see you. It's like, you need this break. You know, you need to go home. We're already here for 24 hours, so.
Yeah. You mean you don't enjoy staying at the fire station and just clacking away at your computer?
Not enjoy, but, you know, things got to get done. So sometimes it's like that.
Yeah.
That's good, though. Well, that's good. You're already you got a good balance started, at least.
Yeah.
You can stop yourself before it gets too crazy.
It's been a challenge. I remember, like, my first base. So sometimes, like, we'll have a lot of people at work, so they'll give somebody the night off, right? So around 6 or whatever, be like, yep, we have a lot of people and we're okay. So they'll release us. And one time when I was at my first base, like, I was like, well, I would go home, but like, I'm going to my dorm, which is like smaller than
here.
Bedroom.
Yeah.
Like, and like, I was like, the guy's here, like, watching a movie, and we're gonna make popcorn, and we just had dinner, and like, maybe I'll just stay here.
Yeah.
Like,
this is enjoyable.
Yeah, and
like,
I was underage at the time, so like, I couldn't even like go to a pub or something like that. I was just like, I gotta go home and like sit there.
Yeah, but at least you didn't have to put any work. Like, you could just sit there and watch popcorn with your friends.
Yeah,
we'd probably be hanging out on your day off with anyways. So.
Right. Yeah, and that's we do a lot of that too. Like, we'll end up like hanging out on shift and then off shift. It's all the same people. So I also learned that too, is I need to find friends outside of work, outside of the fire station. Otherwise, you go crazy. I know, because it's happened to me. But yeah, it's just been trial and error. Like, I'm just learning who I am right now for the last few years, and that's been really beneficial to learn how I operate, how I deal with work, how I deal with stress. So.
Now, is there anything that you really enjoy doing? And I joked about whittling, but like, do you like going to the movies or like something just recreational?
I mean, I've been doing like traveling and stuff. Like, I guess those days are kind of over because I'm about to leave. But I would take like solo trips and that, which a lot of times, I don't know why, but people are kind of nervous to do that.
Solo trips?
Yeah. So I've been doing that. And just, I don't know. I'm also big into investing, so I save a lot of money.
Look at that.
Do that sort of stuff.
Planning for his future.
Yeah, he is.
So try not to spend money sometimes.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah. Good for you.
That's good. Look at those qualities.
I know.
Ladies.
Take note.
Get your pen out now.
We're going to drop his info later. All of it. His blood type, his...
We'll put it on social media. We'll let you know. We'll put out a dating bio.
We can take a picture of him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you ever use like social media for dating? Like, are you like I don't know, Tinder or what else?
What else do they have out there?
What else? Yeah.
Is there a thing called Bumble?
There's a few.
Bumble.
Tinder, Bumble.
Is that one? I think so.
Plenty of Fish. Like, yeah, I know about them. Like, I've used some of them in the past, but I've had some luck. You know, I find some cool people on those, but. I don't know. It's not really my style in some ways. Like, a lot of times that's more for like a just casually meeting up sort of dating thing. And that's all well and good. But like right now I've just kind of been focusing on myself. So I don't want to like drag anybody along with that.
Yeah.
While I'm doing my own thing, like.
You're looking for a connection.
Yeah, I mean, you can find that on Tinder. I'm not saying you can't, but yeah, I guess I haven't really been focusing on dating these days.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we're gonna find you a girlfriend. I'm really terrible at that. I'm terribly good. I'm good at finding people a match, and then it's not so good.
Just crumbles.
I tried to hook up Matt.
Yeah.
Sure Jen was there. He picked out a girl. It was after the firefighters bought. Now I was intoxicated.
Just a little. I mean, we're like perfectly fine.
I had a great time.
We were doing burpees and we were doing burpees in our dresses.
In our gowns, yeah. But I tried finding, I was like, I will help you. This is my mission in life. I will help you. And so he found somebody and I went up to her and we talked and we kept bringing her back to Matt and she was not interested. And I was like, I'm going to make you. And she is not interested in the opposite sex. And we're friends now. We're friends now, and we joke about it.
Putting it all together now, that makes a lot of sense.
She's like, I'm not interested in him or any other man. And I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah. We're friends, we're cool now. But we go back to that and we crack up. I was like, I just kept dragging her back to him, being like, you have to. Sorry. So, yeah. I could have done that for you at the firefighters' ball. I could have found you somebody.
Yeah.
But you didn't give me the opportunity.
Yeah.
Everybody left. Kyle and I were on the dance floor, dancing away, and then we look around and it's like, everybody's gone.
It's bedtime.
Yeah, it was. We were struggling. You had a good time at the firefighters' ball?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
And weren't you sober? Weren't you like the driver?
No.
Oh. I could have sworn you said you were the DD.
I don't think so.
Got that wrong then. Somebody else was a DD.
Well, I hope he wasn't DD because it doesn't sound like
it. Doesn't sound like it was.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah. We came in late and we were like the table in the back that was just screaming about everything.
Good for you. That's what it's about.
That sounds like fun.
We were a little bit rowdy.
That's okay.
That's what we do.
You're supposed to be.
Yes.
That's what we do.
It's fine.
We were always, during like the Christmas parties, like the squadron Christmas parties, the firefighters table was the most obnoxious table ever. And people like did not like us. This was when we were stationed in Guam and people would look at us like, oh my God, you're still yelling over there? Like, shut up. It was awesome.
You're supposed to have fun though.
We are the party. Like once, it's not like hanging out with a couple firefighters. It's like, it's always like 7 or 8 of us that just roll into a pub together and it's like, What just happened?
Yeah. And
the bartenders are looking at us like, oh my God, like, you can't be doing this in here.
And it's that thing that you guys know each other so well because you spend so much time together. It's like, you know how to joke around each other and like there's basically no fucking limits with you guys and like it's really fun to see. I'm not gonna lie.
We speak our own language sometimes.
Yeah. That's awesome. Well, do we have any more questions for Logan? Oh, does Logan have any questions for us?
I was just thinking that same thing.
What do you want to know?
We're an open book as well.
Yes.
Okay.
Pressure's on.
Yeah.
No, you don't have to ask us. I mean, if you had any questions.
No, I don't really have any questions. I think, but I have seen some of the podcasts. I've listened to them, and I think it's good stuff what you guys are doing.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Thank you. Listen to that.
I think it's really good for people like who are kind of, it's like an intro to this life and what they should expect, which I think you're hitting the target perfectly with that.
That's what we wanted because we're like, we don't take ourselves seriously. And I think the perception of somebody who's not involved in the military is like, when you're a military wife, you have to be this persona, right? And it's like, we're totally not that. And we've found plenty of people that are not that don't fit the mold that people think we're supposed to fit in.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's a very cookie cutter world, but
it's not.
But it's not. Yeah. So we just want to be like, you can still be yourself. And we don't take ourselves seriously. I mean, I've never said I'm a mature person. I'm not. I'm very immature.
I'm so mature. Wise beyond my age.
Yes.
But I'm not.
Yeah.
It's okay.
So.
No.
But thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
That's so sweet. It's nice. That's really all our hope was for this thing, is to provide information and realize that we're fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I still, when I go back home, I still have to tell people because they like, oh, you're in the Army. You must be sleeping tents all the time. I'm like,
Yes.
I don't really do anything that you probably think I do.
Yeah. Also, not the Army.
I'm not in the Army, but hey, thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I appreciate you like understanding like maybe there are certain things I have to sacrifice, but like it's not like that, and I would love to fill you in. So like,
Yeah.
because there's no bases around where I'm from, so this was totally foreign to me, and moving on. So I go back and people just think the worst.
Yeah.
I'm like, I have a house, you know, I have my own apartment.
Yeah.
I do this. I
Have
can,
a
Yeah.
regular
I can
life.
travel. Like they don't
Right.
understand that.
Yeah.
Some people, it's hard for them to grasp that idea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What made you
That's
want to get into the military?
Good question.
Since you said there's no bases around you, what made you want to join?
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't ready for college at the time, so, and I was already a firefighter prior to joining.
Oh, were you?
Yeah, so
Okay.
for a year I was working on a paid on call department, so
Okay.
just like a part-time deal.
Sure.
So I did that, and I wanted to join the Air Force just kind of to get out of town, you know, try something new.
Right.
I always wanted to travel, so
Yeah.
once I started looking into the benefits and things like that, I couldn't really say
Sounded
no.
really
I was
good.
like, it would be stupid of me not to do this.
Mm-hmm. Did
And
you think about it, like, was it years of you thinking, like, I might join the military? Like, or you automatically knew you wanted to join the Air Force, or you were, like, the Navy, or...
No, I was like maybe my junior year in high school.
Oh, okay.
I was like, yeah.
It's when the recruiters come to get you.
This seems about right. No, I actually reached out to my recruiter.
Really?
Yeah, the recruiter didn't really do any recruiting on his part.
Shoot.
It was like, I was looking on the website and looking into everything, and then like, I didn't really think about the day-to-day sort of stuff, but I was like, yeah, sure. Why not? 4 years? Easy.
I almost joined the Army in 2000. Like, I was meeting with a recruiter, and I was, like, talking to him, and I was, like, going back and forth with my parents. And it was in, like, 2000, going into 2001. So I was like, oh, my gosh, like, I don't know what I would have done.
You might have dodged a bullet there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A huge
Like,
one.
literally?
Yeah.
Maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
But, no, so that was my thing. And then I was interested in firefighting, so I was like, let me join the Air Force. I looked on the Air Force website, and I was like, none of these jobs look fun for me. And I saw firefighting. I'm like, seems all right. So then I went down. I was like, down to the local fire station. I was like, let me see what this is all about, you know. And I fell in love with firefighting.
Oh,
and then
okay.
I was like, yeah, I could probably do this in the Air Force.
Oh, okay. I thought you were like, I want to be a firefighter, and so like you were doing the firefighting first, and then you decided to join the Air Force. Like, so, I mean, sort of, but like,
sort of. It was
you
happening at
saw
the
it-
same time.
Okay.
Yeah, it was
I
happening
didn't know that.
kind of at the same time. So
So how does the process go? Like when you join the Air Force, you're like, I will only join if I can be a firefighter.
Yeah. Do you get to choose the job?
I mean, I'm not a recruiter, but you have some say in how that all works out. You can pick a list of jobs.
Sure.
Thankfully for me, I had some certifications that I was working on. So for
It's in
firefighting,
your benefit.
so I was like, my recruiter, I was like, listen, like I already am invested in firefighting. Like if you could find a slot for that would make my life, you know?
Sure.
And then if you drafted paperwork saying, no, you're going to do, I don't know, loadmaster, I probably would have still been, all right, fine. But some jobs, like if something came up, I'd probably have been like, you know what, I'm already on track to be a firefighter here, and that's what I want to do, so I'll stick with it.
Okay.
But my life could have been different. Who knows?
Kyle went in open general.
Mm.
And he's like, oh, he thought he was going to get like security forces or something.
Mhm.
Because I guess that's more available. And he was lucky enough to get firefighter. And I'm like, it suits him. And it was like, he wanted to do something like that. It was like something medical or like emergency services. So it suits him, I think.
Yeah. One thing I love about the Air Force and why I could consider it for a career is just like, if I don't like firefighting right now, I can cross-train. I can learn another job, or if I wanted to, I could go become a recruiter, or I could do a special duty. So like most people that get a job, and if I were a firefighter on the outside, I would work for, I don't know, Chicago Fire Department, right? I'm stuck in Chicago Fire Department, you know, so I'm going to be stuck in that job. So years and years and years later, if I don't have that overwhelming love for it anymore, what am I supposed to do? You know, quit and
start all over again.
My life over again?
Yeah.
Whereas the Air Force, like eventually if I'm like, this firefighting thing's not for me, or maybe I just want to take a break for a while, I can easily get out and do something different for a bit and not lose benefits, and then I can come back and pick up where I left off.
So far, so good?
Yeah, it's good so far.
Okay.
I love it.
Have you ever thought of, becoming an officer?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is it, something you're considering, or?
I have to choose a career path, I have to choose a degree, basically, and go from there. But, yeah, I kind of like what I'm doing now. I always think of it as, if I was to become an officer, it's would the Air Force really benefit from me becoming an officer? I think I'll be a good officer. Mm-hmm. That I'll do good at whatever I do. I already know that. So I'm okay with that. But I like where I'm at. So I like teaching people. I like we're instructors, basically.
Sure.
We don't see all the fires. So
only near fires.
And fake explosions.
Fake explosions.
And pretend anthrax.
Yeah, that's it.
Mm-hmm. But this powder is brown, not white. Also, it's Swiss Miss. Enjoy your chocolate milk.
Yeah. So strange.
Those drive me crazy when Kyle comes home and he's like, we had another white powder. I was like, oh my gosh, what was it today? What was it? Was it laundry detergent?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They had to shut down the whole post office. Everybody doesn't know what's going on. Everyone's freaking out.
Yeah.
It was soap.
Swiss Miss chocolate. Yeah.
But then again, I wish I was going in all the fires and we could have some really cool experience, everything like that. Mm-hmm. And the brotherhood when you're busy is way better. So, but I don't want those things to happen.
Well, they say a firefighter's best day is somebody else's worst day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because you're having to respond to a scene that somebody needs your help for it. So I always think of tragic. It is very tragic. And I always think of car accidents and how I've seen you guys use the cutter thingies.
The jaws of life?
The jaws of life, and cutting the vehicles open. I was like, the amount of panic that person is suffering, and Kyle's like, you can have somebody out within a minute of you arriving, and it's still that minute stretches out pure
Feels
panic.
Forever.
Yeah, pure panic for that person.
Yeah.
So that's really scary. And then all those cats and trees,
Yeah. How many cats have you rescued from trees this year?
This year, none. Actually, I don't think I ever have. No animals.
What is the weirdest call you've been on? I don't know if you want to discose that. We don't have to. Yeah, if you want to.
What do you mean by weird? Most serious or
no, just... weird. I had Kyle told me once he got called out for a woman that was on a couch and she fell off the couch and she didn't know how she got on the floor. Yeah.
So the base that I'm about to go to, I was there prior, and we had some really funny calls because there's a huge drinking culture there.
Yay!
And so we got some strange 1 a.m. calls where people are just hammered, still in the club, sort of thing. Their mindset is still in the club, but they're not in the club. They're in an ambulance.
Oh my gosh.
So they're trying to dance and everything. And it's what are you doing?
That's awesome.
People falling down the stairs and cutting their face open.
Oh no.
Some one dude, he forgot how to sit down. His lower body, we were okay, just sit on this chair. We can relax a little bit. And he was literally sitting like this. He's his legs were out.
Yeah.
His lower body was out parallel to the floor. And he was standing there in the most awkward situation. He was I don't know what is going on around me.
Drugs. Drugs, people.
Possibly. Yeah.
Do not take those bath salts, people.
Yeah.
Oh my God. You'll eat somebody's face.
So fights, just crazy things like that.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's strange being on this side because you respond to it and you're that kind of stuff happens on base, and sure it does. We're regular people. People have problems.
Mm-hmm. You're there to help them. Fix their problem.
I yell at my son every morning. I'm like, there's a fire, to get him to get in the school line faster. Be like, there's a fire, and he'll run really fast. And when he's slow, I'll be like, there's a cat in a tree. You're the worst fireman ever. So he's getting pretty good at it. Be like, there's a fire, and he runs straight to the line. So.
I always tell Veronica, I'm like, someone's going to take that wrong someday, and they're going to be panicking that there's a real fire.
Yeah, I think they've heard me enough to
they're
know.
They're going to be like,
there's
where?
That crazy lady yelling, there's a fire again. Great.
No, it's been interesting. A lot of interesting calls.
Yeah.
Yeah, even cooler people. I like the people I work with. So, but I don't know. I don't want to change it. You know, I'm happy where I'm at. So, and I think eventually I'll probably want to break from firefighting. So I'll just go on and do a special duty and then come back to it. So.
I think that's it's a good experience to get a different experience. If that makes sense. Like, just to break it up.
Definitely.
And
that's
be
what
like,
I'm looking for.
Right. Okay.
So.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I think the camaraderie that you find in the fire station is like no other.
Yeah.
You can't get a bond like that in just any squadron. I know, like, you know, Dave and his stuff, he's never been bonded, like, because he doesn't have to spend days with people all the time.
His best friend is the desk.
His best friend is the 3 monitor screens, the
windowless
desk,
office.
Yeah, and the 4 walls with no windows right now.
Oh no.
This is just his job here, which is okay.
Yeah.
See, I don't know any different, you know, like, that's what since I was, like, 17. So that's all I know. I don't really want to change it because I think I landed in something pretty great. So,
yeah.
I learned how to cook in the firehouse. I learned how to clean in the firehouse. I learned how to, like, I grew up, basically, in the firehouse. So, a lot of cool lessons, a lot of cool people.
Yeah, there's definitely a family feel when you go there, and you just you become family, and that's what it is. So with that I want to call out the fire department here, and because Logan's here, and I know what you guys are trying to pull, but guess what, you guys owe us pizza. So we're gonna come over this weekend.
You owe us
pizza.
I wasn't part of this.
You owe us all the pizza.
Yeah.
Actually, they didn't give me the list of the words I was supposed to say and the situations I was, because they didn't give me the list of the things I had to bring up.
Even worse,
they failed, really.
Yeah, you guys dropped the ball. You definitely owe us pizza.
See, this is your fault. You could have had something really great, and you guys failed, so we get pizza.
We get pizza. We're coming this weekend. You guys will have to feed us. I like pineapple on my pizza. It's not wrong. It's so right.
I'll tolerate it.
Well, Jen likes sausage. I spit on the microphone. Sorry. Well, that was a great episode.
It was.
Yeah.
Logan, thank you for joining us today.
So much for letting us pick your brain.
It was really fun.
And sharing
the mystical world of single people.
The mystical world of single people. Yeah. So now you guys know
what it's like in Logan's daily life.
And he's single. And he's tall. He has kind of blue grayish eyes. Dirty blonde. He's a firefighter. What else do you want to know? Yeah.
He likes to camp.
He likes to camp outside and whittle.
He likes to whittle.
Whittle wood. Whittle wood. And he enjoys...
He cooks.
He cooks! Oh my gosh, he cooks! And he lives on his own, so he cleans too.
Yep.
Come on, ladies. Line up. All right. Well, that's all we have for today. Anything else, Jen?
If you have any questions or concerns or topics or anything
or
that
your
comes
phone
to mind,
number for Logan.
Yeah, that too. You can email that and anything to us at DEPENDAsplaining@gmail.com or Facebook, Instagram, or tweet at us too.
Yes. And also wherever you're listening to us, rate us, give us 5 stars and leave a nice comment. We love hearing your comments, and we will read them on here. So you guys can listen to what you just said.
Yes. It'd be great.
Yeah. Great.
Shout out.
That's awesome. Any last words, Logan?
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Thanks for coming over. This was fun. Logan listens to us on YouTube.
Yeah, we're on YouTube, so you can go there too.
He likes watching people talk, but we don't have our faces on there, so we might have to do that.
We're looking into it.
Yeah.
We just have to figure things out first.
That's what he was telling me the other day, right? You were like, I like listening to podcasts, but watching them talk.
My husband does it too. Joe Rogan, he watches.
Yeah, I watch Joe Rogan.
Yeah, so.
Fielders.
Yeah, so we're trying to figure that out.
Yeah. We'll get there eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's all for today. And we want to wish Logan safe travels to his next duty station, and I hope that it doesn't disappoint. The sound of freedom is flying over.
About time.
So, yes, good luck.
Thank you.
On your future endeavors, because wherever you go,
there you are.
Goodbye.